Hi, I'm Nilusha.
Hi, I'm Heshani.
And we are the co-founders of Sahesh. Sahesh, the name of our brand, came to be through the amalgamation of our names, Sonori and Heshani. And we've been working together for the past couple of years, working on handicrafts of the island through our main brand, Isle of Raata. And from that, we have stemmed off with Sahesh.
Yes, so we find that Sri Lanka has so much to offer in terms of jewelry. The rich history, the diversity, and that's why we thought it needs a different brand. Hence, we came up with Sahesh, because Isle of Rataa is more about homeware and all the other areas of handicrafts, but we want to give a special place for the jewelry of Sri Lanka, and we hope to work in the future with many exciting ranges through Sahesh.
Sahesh was always inspired by what we did with Isle of Raata. With Isle of Raata, we always work with artisans across the island, and one of the artisan trades rather, is also jewelry, which has been there for centuries. You have villages of artisans doing jewelry, and that was how Sahesh started, because we decided to get it to working with jewelry artisans. Because these artisans are well versed in traditional jewelry. One of their main aspects is making a lot of traditional jewelry. Now, if you look at our first collection, it's inspired obviously by our Kandyan jewelry, which is the most well-known traditional jewelry in Sri Lanka, because it's one of the jewelries with visual representation we'd see. When it comes to pictures, if you go and look at historical sites, there are wall paintings of it. So that's how we kicked off with Kandyan jewelry.
Yeah, but there's also so much more in terms of traditional jewelry, and as Nilusha said, like with Isle of Raata, we want to bring out the story behind the craft too. And most of these other regional jewelries have kind of like died off. So we wanted to introduce, to the customers something that they're familiar with, which is the Kandyan collection. But we are currently researching into different jewelries that come from different regions, and we will be introducing many new ranges as well.
What makes Sahesh unique in the first place is we don't just stick to Kandyan jewelry like Hesh was saying. We also want to look into the different regions of Sri Lanka, really see all the jewelry that lived through history, because every region of Sri Lanka used different materials also to make jewelry. So the main material with Sahesh is brass. That's the main metal we use with jewelry, and it's gold plated or silver plated. But with different areas of the island, they have different materials, different designs that are just unique to either the far east area of the island, or the down south area of the island, or even the northern part of the island. So we plan on working with Professor Podinilame, actually, because we work with him. He's a professor who's well versed in the historical cultural aspect of Sri Lanka, and we're working with him to discover jewelry that has been long forgotten and designs that have been long forgotten, and we are also working with his area of specialty with his students as well.
Yeah, as mentioned, just like the regions, it's also the different times of history. Sometimes people think that this Kandyan jewelry just is an influence from the southern Indian jewelry, but it's not. There are so many elements that's very unique to Sri Lanka and has adapted, being an island. Yes, we get influenced by different cultures and different traders and different invasions at different times, but it has kind of changed into making things more unique. For example, let's take the Petimala. That has a very tropical sort of elements to it, whether it's the floral designs or whether it's the leaf design, or what Nilusha is wearing, the Karavila at a mala sort of thing, which you don't find in other parts of the world. And similarly, the different materials Nilusha mentioned, it can be natural materials as well. When you go back in history, you find that with elements from animals, whether it's their teeth or
bones,
bones, skin,
yeah.
then also natural things like beads, or even with pottery. They have been making jewelry, and we have a very rich history of jewelry. So we want to bring that back through Sahesh.
More jewelry, I guess. Exactly what we covered in the previous question, researching, finding out about all the long lost jewelry designs and history in Sri Lanka, and we are planning on working closely with our professor who has taught both of us a lot about the history as well of Sri Lanka, and bringing out more beautiful collections.